Okay, so I'm back with a brand new DC update, and this one is going to be juicy. Now, this is pretty crazy. There's a lot of information that has come out over the last 3 to 4 days in regards to Warner Brothers specifically and DC, and I wanted to give a few days for that information to simmer and sift through the information that was true and what was false. And then I'm going to talk about some casting information here. So let's talk about all of the Warner Brothers drama that's happening behind the scenes. There's been some pretty damn big bombshells that have been released. The first thing that happened is back on Henry Cavill's birthday, there was this big announcement all over the internet that they are looking for a director to cast, a black director to direct a black-led cast of Superman, and that Superman was going to be Clark Kent, but played by a black man, which blew the minds of everybody that this would be announced on Henry Cavill's birthday, essentially saying he's gone. This got talked about all over Twitter, all over Facebook, all over everywhere. I mean, everybody was up in arms. Here's the truth of what's happening. This is the only new information that came out of this is the fact that they might be looking at casting a Clark Kent rather than a Calvin Ellis or a Val Zod. Like, there are black Supermen in the universe that they could be using. For them to bastardize Clark Kent makes zero sense. And if that's what is going to happen, Warner Brothers has much bigger issues going on. And in fact, they do have some pretty big issues going on, which I will be talking about. But for them to go that route doesn't seem to make any sense to anybody. But here's the thing. It was announced with that article that this would not be part of the DCEU. So this isn't going to be part of the connected universe. This was kind of an Elseworlds storyline. So that's their only saving grace in this. Now, here's the truth about all of this information. We already knew this months ago. This was announced months ago, and there was nobody who came out and said, I'm the one who supplied this information. So there was nobody backing this up, basically. There's no official word from Warner Brothers that all of this is actually going down. The only solid information we have is what got released a few months ago. So there's really nothing new in regards to that whole situation. And with everybody saying Henry Cavill's out, how rude of them to announce this on his birthday, you got to remember this didn't come directly from Warner Brothers. And on top of that, as of right now, Henry Cavill is still DCEU Superman. That has not changed. He hasn't gone anywhere. And, you know, the other day, about 2 days ago, the Twitter just blew up saying, oh my gosh, Henry Cavill unfollowed DC. He unfollowed Warner Brothers. This is terrible. People, it's not true. He never followed Warner Brothers or DC Comics to begin with. They might be following him, but he was never following them. So that is false news being circulated around the internet. There has been no change. Henry Cavill has been strangely silent through this whole thing, but here's the one thing we do know about his role as Superman. He wants to play the character. He loves the character. He said this many times during the interview and wants to play this character for many, many, many years. So if Warner Brothers ends up passing on this, this would be a huge missed opportunity to bring him back. I don't know what is going on down at Warner Brothers. Like, it's crazy right now. The other major bit of information that came out, and this just came out yesterday, is that Gal Gadot did reveal the fact that Joss Whedon did threaten her career during the whole Justice League shoot that they redid in 2017. This is a bombshell. There is no hiding this anymore. She came out and admitted, yes, he did threaten my career. And this backs up everything that Ray Fisher has been saying about the toxicity of the shoot, what Joss Whedon did, and the fact that Walter Hamada, who is the head of DC at Warner Brothers, has allowed for this toxic environment to continue. And they've been hiding it and holding it back. And Ray Fisher has been very staunch in saying that, you know, accountability is greater than entertainment. It's the craziest thing. And everything he said has come true. So I have no reason to doubt what Ray Fisher has been saying. And if everything he said is true, there's no excuse for it. Like, Warner Brothers has some major issues. On top of that, we have the story that Toby Emmerich is going to be leaving Warner Brothers, which is true, in 18 months. Okay. He is leaving. He is definitely going somewhere else. There were reports that Warner Brothers tried to shop him to Netflix, and Netflix said, we don't have a spot for him. But regardless, he is leaving Warner Brothers in 18 months. This is something a lot of fans have been calling for. The other report that came out that was interesting is the fact that if you look up the credits for Black Adam, Walter Hamada does not have any producer or executive producer credits in that film, which some people are saying this is another sign that, Warner Brothers in general may be distancing themselves from these individuals. There's some stuff going on behind the scenes. Now, there was also a report that came out yesterday, and this is a huge report, that Zack Snyder's Justice League had over 250 million views in China. That's incredible. It is now their most streamed movie ever, their most streamed superhero movie ever, that this thing is taking the world by storm. Warner Brothers would be extremely stupid at this stage if they did not stick with Zack Snyder, stick with these characters, and move forward with what has been started. It just boggles the mind that they would walk away from all of this. So there is still some hope behind the scenes. I mean, if you look at everything that I just talked about, there's a lot of speculation out there. But the fact is, Toby Emmerich is leaving Warner Brothers in 18 months. Henry Cavill is still DCEU Superman. And that Gal Gadot did have her career threatened on the set of Justice League when they were doing the reshoots. So outside of that, all the other noise out there is just that. It's noise. It's not true. None of it's definitive. It's just a smokescreen out there to disenfranchise people, okay? So ignore all of the mess and get the information that is true. The last bit of information I wanted to talk about is the first official information out of the Green Lantern Corps TV show that's going to be airing on HBO Max, announced who their Guy Gardner is going to be. It's a guy, let me pull this back up here, his name, and I'll leave a picture for him. His name is Finn Wittrock. He is going to headline the Green Lantern TV show as Guy Gardner. So it's very interesting that they're announcing the cast, and I'm sorry, he's not a redhead. So the whole woke crowd out there may start coming back and saying he's not a true redhead. That's how crazy the whole woke crowd is getting at this stage. It's getting nuts. But he is going to be playing Guy Gardner. I don't see it in his look, but you never know. They're going to have to drastically change his look, and I don't know the guy. I've never seen anything he's been in, so I can't gauge his acting ability, and nobody was there for the tryouts, the auditions. So we don't know how that's going to end up, but that's the first concrete information we've had come out of the Green Lantern Corps TV show. So that is definitely moving forward and should start filming very, very, very soon. Hopefully to be released sometime in 2022. We shall see. All right. That's what I have for you guys on this DC update. I'm going to continue to do these weekly. The last one, I know this is close to my last one, but I went on vacation, forgot to upload the last one before I left. So this one's going to be more current, but I do appreciate the support. Hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. You will be notified as I have new videos go up.